So it's an interesting idea that it's sort of the opposite of recency illusion, right? I mean, you notice something and then you see it everywhere, and it's like you're the opposite of that. You don't see something, and even though it's surrounding you on all sides, you're just completely unaware. Is is there a way to get past that other than using other people as additional sensory organs?
Um, well, there are all sorts of exercises you can do about observation. Um, I bought a book about it and then didn't manage to actually look at it, but that happens to me with books a lot. But yeah, the premise of the book was you would just practice a little bit each day, and they would give you a cue on what to notice, and you'd practice noticing that thing. And sometimes it was stuff you were used to looking at, and sometimes it wasn't. I know when I took some writing workshops with Jerry Weinberg a few years ago, actually quite a while ago by now. And that's one of the exercises we did in the writing workshop was like, okay, today at lunch, we're going to notice cars that have dents in them. And it was often something that didn't seem like directly relevant to what we were writing about. But the practice of just being very conscious about observing things was super useful in becoming more aware of details, becoming aware of the range of things that you could observe. All sorts of useful things come out of it. And then, you can choose not to observe things. Like I tend not to observe stuff that to me seems irrelevant to what's going on. Like this, what's the material of the ceiling?
Unless you're in a really cool pub and it's all that.
Well, if it's that beautiful work tin, then I'll pay attention to it.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Esther. I thought that would be that starts to bring a practical edge pretty quick, so people can see where you are.
Yeah. So I think observation isn't perfect because it's mitigated through our senses and our biases, but the alternative is to take action without any basis in what's going on. I mean, I don't know, did you ever play Pin the Tail on the Donkey when you were a kid?
Yes, I did.
I hate that game. I just hate it. But when I was a kid, it was actual pins. It wasn't Velcro like it is now.
Mm-hmm.
But it was
oh no, actual pins.
Yeah, that's how we did it.
And
old school.
Yeah, old school. And the whoever was it was always the party mother. It was it's never the party. It was always the party mother. Would take the poor kid who was supposed to be pinning the tail, and you were blindfolded, and then she'd spin you around so you were dizzy, and then you're supposed to get this pin in the right place on the donkey. When you're blindfolded and dizzy, and to me, if you can't, if you don't train yourself to observe what's going on with the people around you and see the patterns and notice things about the process, you're kind of like that blindfolded dizzy kid, kind of randomly trying to stick the tail in the right place.
I love that calls out this awakening your curiosity and exercising your curiosity the way you exercise the rest of your systems. Yeah. And I think it's important because I find if I have room for either curiosity or self-certainty, and I have trouble maintaining both at the same time, which suggests I should lean toward curiosity most of the time.
Well, you can always check in about the certainty part. I think another way that plays out sometimes is that that it flips between curiosity and blame. And sadly enough, I hear this fairly often when people are talking about Agile. It's like, oh, well, they're just doing it all wrong, or, oh, their technical skills are crap, or, whatever it is. So flipping into that blame rather than getting curious about, wow, these are people who have been working here for 5 years. I wonder what's going on in this organization that their skills are where they are. Or I wonder what their backgrounds are. So I think that sometimes it's between self-certainty, and sometimes it's and curiosity, and sometimes it's between blame and curiosity. Yeah, and even if I'm certain about what should be done, it's sort of irrelevant, because what is going to lead to success is doing something that the other people involved think should be done. And, I may be able to influence that, but I can't dictate it.